What's going on, guys? This is Riggs, and thank you so much for tuning in. And what we're going to be talking about in this video is the history of all the bugs and the glitches that have ever been in PUBG Mobile. We're talking way back from April 2018, from when the game dropped, all the way until present day. Some of these will make you laugh. Some of these will make you cry. Some of these will not only ruin your day, but also your device. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. All right, now, first disclaimer is I want to let you know that none of these are in any particular order. None of these are better or worse than the other one, but what I would like you to do is let me know in the comment section as you watch the video. Let me know which one of these is most memorable to you. So, the very first one that we're going to talk about, and this is one that has been in the game since the beginning, but we started noticing it first in Season 2 when the Miramar map was released. And what we're talking about is hill glitching or hill glitch. And everybody knows this one. If you've ever played this game, you know what hill glitching is. But you can see him on the mountain. He's about 150, maybe 200 meters away. You go to square that shot, you fire, and you hit dirt. You do not hit the target, and you just gave up your position. Now the bad guy knows where you are, and there's nothing you can do about it. And what's most frustrating is it seems like there's nothing that Tencent has been able to do about it, because this game has been, or this bug has been in the game from the beginning, and it's still there to this day. Speaking of one simple glitch, the next one, and this one is kind of nostalgic. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section if you guys actually remember this glitch. And this is the infamous one-shot glitch. This appeared, I want to say, around Season 5, maybe even a little bit before that. But this was where you would have your weapon full auto. It would not be set on burst. It would not be set on single. It'd be full auto, ready to go. And you'd go to shoot. It'd be in close quarter combat. You see the bad guy. You're about to shoot him. And instead of a full-on spray with that M4 or AK, it shoots one bullet, and now you are dead. This was by far one of the most frustrating glitches in the game. However, I am happy to tell you that this was fixed. It lasted for a while, I'd say for the good portion of the season, until it was finally fixed. But when it did, everybody rejoiced. They were so happy. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if you remember the infamous one-shot glitch. Now, gravity is something very, very unique to PUBG. We all know that there's some of the craziest flips and spins imaginable in this game. This game always defies the laws of physics. But this one is where you're driving a vehicle, you hop in a vehicle, and you start to drive it, and all of a sudden it just starts to drift. You try to make the slightest turn, and it just spins out. It happens in the Dacia, it happens in the buggy. It can happen in anything. I don't think any vehicle is safe with this vehicle bug, and you end up hopping out of the seat, or hopping out of the driver's seat. Your partner goes ahead and takes over driving. It's fine for them, and it's not fine for you, and it is so frustrating, and it still exists in the game today. And of course, we all know the buggy glitch, where you'll just be driving and you'll hit a jump. Sometimes you won't even hit a jump. You'll just be driving on flat terrain, and all of a sudden you'll just start spinning up in the air. You'll land, and poof, you're dead. The vehicle explodes, and again, there's nothing that you can do about it. Very, very frustrating. Hopefully this one gets fixed. It's been in the game for pretty much forever. Now, this one, I want to say it was about Season 6, maybe Season 7, but this will let me know how many of you guys remember the late loot spawn bug, where you would land early. You'd land, say, on a roof somewhere, on a patio, or you go to enter, the second story building. You go to look for loot, and there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. You head downstairs. You might find an extended mag and a bullet loop. The next team lands, and of course, they just loot the exact same spot that was empty for you, but now they have M4s, they got AKs, they got Kar 98s with 8Xs, and the loot would spawn about 15, sometimes maybe even 20 seconds late. It was actually better for you if you landed late. If you landed early, you were actually at a disadvantage. This was so frustrating. Luckily, this one has also been fixed. But yeah, let me know how many of you guys remember the late loot spawn bug. We have seen our fair share of throwable bugs and glitches in the time that PUBG, from when it's been out all the way till now. The most recent one, which is still happening to this day, is the grenade bug, where you go to pull the pin, you go to throw the nade, and, well, that's the thing. You can't throw it, and it ends up killing you or knocking you, depending on the situation. Very frustrating. Also, speaking of throwables, is the smoke glitch, where, depending on the situation, you'll throw smoke and you can't see it, but your teammates can, or vice versa. Your teammate will throw smoke. They can't see it, but you can. It's very frustrating, especially in those late game moments where you have to make those rotations. We were trying to get to the blue, trying to get some more cover, and you can't even see your smoke. We know the Molly glitch. This is a very interesting one. How many of you guys remember when you would have the Molotov? We're talking like Season 3, Season 2 right now, where you'd go to throw the molly, you would crouch down and start walking, and you'd actually be able to mask your footsteps as long as you had that molly cocked back. Also, how many of you guys remember this one? This is pre-seasons, when the game first dropped, before they even had the Royal Pass, where if you had a Groza, if I'm not mistaken, I believe if you also had an Uzi, if you had either of these weapons and you were crouched down, like doing your crouch walk, it was you would not be able. You couldn't hear your footsteps, and the enemy couldn't hear your footsteps. But yeah, this lasted for a good portion of the season, where you could sneak up on people and your footsteps were completely masked, as long as you had the weapon drawn out and you were doing a crouch walk. But yeah, let me know how many of you guys remember that one down in the comment section. Now, this one was also very frustrating. Luckily, it only lasted for a few days, but this is when the Season 5 Royal Pass first dropped. We had I'm calling it the inverted sound, but it's where everything was opposite. You could not pinpoint where an enemy was. It's like the sounds on the left were showing up on the right-hand side. What was in front of you was actually behind. The footsteps were all out of whack, to the point to where many popular streamers wouldn't even be able to play the game because of this sound bug. Like I said, luckily, it only lasted a few days. The devs came in, they fixed it up real quick, and we could all start playing the game again. But this one was very frustrating for a few days there. We also have the mic bug, which has been off and on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is where you have the in-game comms on, where you're talking and your teammates can't hear you, or vice versa. And this is also very frustrating, especially in those crucial moments where you're dropping hot and you need to have those in-game communications. Even when you're playing scrims for the comp side, and you have to restart your device. Sometimes you don't know if it's you that has to reset your device or if it's your partner that has to reset, but it gets very frustrating. Hopefully, Tencent can find a fix to the mic bug. It's still in the game to this day. Another one that I want to talk about, everybody knows it when I say the name, and this one isn't really classified as a bug or a glitch. It's more a server, internet, like device issue. But what I'm talking about is desync, and I have a perfect example laid out for you on the screen. This one is also very frustrating. One thing I'd like to say about desync is it didn't used to exist. I would say around Season 3, Season 4 is when desync first showed up, where people were like, hey, what the heck is going on? You think you're safe behind cover, and then all of a sudden you get knocked. One of the most frustrating glitches probably on this list. Nothing funny about it. Another thing that will happen is you'll go ahead and start shooting somebody. You'll see the white hit markers. You'll see the blood spatter. All of a sudden, you're dead, and you go to see like that end screen, and it shows that you did 0 damage. That is a prime example of what desync is. Again, it didn't used to be there. It's been there for probably a good portion of a year now. Hopefully, this can be resolved, because this is also just one of those. It's just one of those things that happen in the game that is just oh so frustrating. The next one is all the different parachute bugs that we've seen. I've done countless amounts of videos. It always seems to be the very beginning of each season when the Royal Passes drop, when they have those new updates. There's been all different types of different parachute bugs where you'll land too fast, you'll land too slow. We even seen it just in the 0.16.0 update where you'll go to hit unfollow and you just zoom down to the ground and you're just kind of there for a few seconds and all of a sudden you pop back up 100 meters in the sky. It's so frustrating, especially when you're dropping hot. But yeah, these seem to get fixed pretty quickly, but when the parachute bug happens, you literally want to rip your hair out and throw your device across the room. The next one that I want to talk about, it's not very common, but it does happen, and this is the MK14 bug, also known, of course, as the Bob Barker. But yeah, this is where you can't hear it. So you're getting shot by this thing. You don't know if it's a VSS. You don't know if it's a UMP from long range. You just know that you're getting shot, and you find out that you just got knocked by a Mark 14, and that is when you realize that this bug exists. You notice this one when it's too late, and the thing is, the person who's shooting the MK14, they think everything's fine. It's not even their fault. It's just one of those bugs in the game that happens. But yeah, hopefully this one can get fixed, and I want to say it was this season, season 9. If not season 10, maybe season 9, but it hasn't been around for that long. So hopefully this one can get fixed because it's still in the game to this day. This one is actually kind of funny. I don't think anyone's actually gotten mad over this. But this is the airdrop knocking you bug, and that just happened since the 0.16.0 update with the Christmas tree, not the Christmas tree, the Christmas package airdrops. Not the flare drops, but the regular airdrops, like a Christmas present. It starts bouncing up and down out of control if you get too close to it, or if you get up next to it just right, it will actually knock you to the point to where some people have reported that it's even thirsted them. Imagine getting thirsted by an airdrop. Talk about a big F. But yeah, hopefully that one gets fixed, but that's a brand new one, so I'm sure the devs are working on that one. Now that's a funny one. One that is not funny, and I have a perfect example for it on the screen for you, is the screen freezing. And this is very, very frustrating, not only when you're playing scrims, or like you see in this example, we're in a room, I'm just doing a live stream, and all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, the screen will just freeze. It's not the device, it's the actual game itself. You have to go ahead and restart. That usually fixes it, but not always.
What happened?
Especially when you're doing scrims, sometimes you'll restart your device and it won't let you back in the room.
What the hell happened to my game?
But yeah, this one has been absolutely horrible. It seems to be more prevalent on iOS devices, but I use an Android device, and yeah, so hopefully this one gets fixed, because this one,
did I miss something?
This really, really upsets a lot of people when you're playing the game and all of a sudden your screen just freezes and there's nothing you can do about it.
My game just
one that kind of goes in the semi-funny category is the Protect the President glitch. That's what I'm calling it. But again, I have another perfect example laid out for you on the screen, and this is where it happens when you get knocked and you go ahead and get revived, but all of a sudden you can't do anything. It doesn't matter if you go in your controls, there's nothing you can do. Even if you restart your device, it does not fix this. You can't draw your weapon, you can't even heal. But yeah, this one I'd say, again, around season 5, around season 6 is when people start noticing this one. I haven't heard of any reports recently of this particular glitch happening, so I want to say that this one has been fixed, but let me know in the comment section if this has ever happened to you. But yeah, we're calling this one the Protect the President because you literally cannot do anything even if you wanted to. The Houdini crate bug, a lot of you guys are going to hear this one, and again, you're either going to laugh or cry, but it's where you kill an enemy and you have to go and loot their crate. You can usually see the green glowing, showing the little beacon showing where the crate is, but it's underneath the ground and you just can't get to it. Even if you wanted to, you cannot loot that crate. And again, very, very, very frustrating. And of course, we know the ones like where you get too close to a wall and your barrel sticks out of it. We've seen the different screenshots of, you know, motorcycles and cars sticking through walls. I mean, you name it. Uzis that have a pistol that has just an Uzi decide to show up. We have MK14s and M16s kind of uniting as one. These go more under the glitch category than the bug, because some of these you can't even have happen again, even if you tried. The craziest, just like as you guys saw throughout the video, where you just some of these things you can't even explain. What's interesting about all of the bugs and glitches, you guys, one thing we can all agree on is how fun, regardless of the bugs and glitches, how fun this game is. Let me know down in the comment section which one, like I said, is your favorite, or I guess most memorable bug or glitch. Maybe I missed one. You can go ahead and let me know, and everybody else know down in the comment section as well. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new here. But until the next video, you guys, this has been Riggs from Riggs Gaming.